Okay, great. Why don't we get started? Again, thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to join us for our webcast, where we're going to be discussing transitioning to Oracle Recruiting Cloud Services. Before we get started, I wanted to let everyone know that if you do have any questions throughout the session, just please place them in the Q&A session or section, and we'll try to address them throughout the session today. If we don't get to all of them, we will certainly get back to you with a response. As means of introduction, my name is Audrey Porter, and I'm a customer success manager specializing in HCM here at Mastek. I've been with Mastek for over 4 years now and have been working with HR technology for 20 years and for over 8 years with Oracle HR solutions. I'm pleased to say that Alex Camp from Boston Beer is joining us this morning to discuss his experience transitioning to ORC. So let me turn it over to you, Alex, for an introduction.
Hey, thanks, Audrey. Alex Camp. I'm with the Boston Beer Company. So my team oversees basically all of the HR systems within the company. Specifically, we leverage Oracle HCM Cloud for our HRIS system, and recently went through the implementation of Oracle Recruiting Cloud from Taleo with Mastek. So glad to be here. As far as my background, I have about 8 years of implementing software as a service applications, formally implemented Oracle Taleo. I've implemented Oracle HCM Cloud, and most recently Oracle Recruiting Cloud. So breadth of experience, and happy to share kind of any words of wisdom.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Alex.
Yeah, cheers.
So here is the agenda on the topics that we'll be covering today. As you can see, we'll start with a brief overview of Oracle Recruiting Cloud, which then we'll expand upon throughout our session today. We'll be providing you with a brief overview of Mastek, and then we'll be exploring the questions to ask to determine whether it's a time to consider transitioning. From there, we'll discuss the top reasons for companies that they use to elect to transition, and we'll also review key hurdles in the process and how to overcome them. And we'll also provide you with a detailed view of the system experience, and then we'll wrap up with a Q&A with Alex, who you just met from Boston Beer. Okay, so what is Oracle Recruiting? Oracle Recruiting, or ORC, as I will be referring to it, is part of the Oracle HCM platform and has a mobile-first design to provide consistent functionality to all users, no matter what device they use to access it. ORC is also a total recruiting solution, providing the latest tools that are designed to improve every stage of the hiring process. Candidates are provided with personalized experiences throughout the entire recruitment process, from receiving targeted content and access to mobile and SMS tools, thus providing candidates with a positive, engaging experience, which really results in an increased applicant pool for organizations. Additionally, Oracle Recruiting harnesses AI and machine learning to identify best fit candidates, both internal and external, automating candidate interactions, and it can even predict future hiring outcomes as well. So I wanted to give you a little overview of Mastek if you're new to our organization. Some of you actually may be familiar with us as Avosis. We actually completed our merger with the global digital transformation company Mastek in February of 2020. And that was in line with Mastek's strategy to offer its customers a more complete range of digital services that really complement their investment in Oracle applications and technology. For those of you who were just meeting today, I wanted to provide you with that brief overview of who we are. So as you can see, Mastek is a long-standing Oracle partner, and we're a global provider of Oracle software consulting services, which includes things like implementations, managed services, or as we refer to them as cloud enhancement services, support, platform as a service innovations, and technology, just to highlight a few. As you can see here, we have over 1,300 cloud customers, and we operate in over 40 countries with a very strong presence in North America. We have over 3,000 consultants who have helped us to attain over 40 awards and accreditations, including Oracle's HCM and ERP Partners of the Year. It's important to note that we do cover all Oracle Cloud pillars, including HCM, ERP, and supply chain, just to name a few. Additionally, we also have significant on-prem experience, including PeopleSoft, EBS, and SAP, and we've successfully migrated over 155 on-prem clients to the Oracle Cloud to date. And as you can see, we've also been recognized by Gartner as a top cloud applications partner for the past 4 years. And additionally, we were recently recognized by the Everest Group as a top 5 service provider for Oracle Cloud application services as well. Here is just the obligatory snapshot of some of the HCM customers in North America that we have worked with. As you can see, they span all industries. And I wanted to point out for a number of these that we've also completed global implementation projects as well. And then getting more specific, this slide specifically highlights a sampling of our customers that have implemented Oracle Recruiting, the Oracle Recruiting module with us, including Boston Beer, who will be speaking shortly. So a common question we hear is, why Mastek? Why should we consider Mastek if we are looking to make that move and start an implementation? And I think really here at Mastek, we're in a unique position to migrate organizations from Taleo to ORC. As I mentioned, we were not only awarded Oracle's HCM Partner of the Year, but we in fact have deep experience with both technologies, having acquired Newberry Consulting in 2018. And many of you are probably familiar with Newberry. Newberry was the largest Taleo consulting firm out there. Because of this, we've combined our knowledge and experience to provide efficient and successful Taleo to ORC migrations for numerous companies, as you saw on the previous slide. Additionally, we have significant global implementation experience and are well-versed in the laws and requirements that govern different countries, ensuring a smooth implementation without any unexpected surprises. Furthermore, we've developed tools specific for Taleo customers to accelerate the migration of data and have developed best practice configurations to draw from, thus reducing implementation timelines, which ultimately results in overall project cost savings. The next question that we often hear is, how do I know when it is time to make that move and to transition? So what we wanted to do was put together some information of common reasons that people have decided to make that move. And here are some of the key questions to consider when contemplating a move to a new ATS. So for instance, is your current ATS over 5 years old? And how often has it been updated, if at all, since it was first implemented? Does your ATS support adaptive intelligence, AI? And can candidates access digital assistance throughout the hiring process for guidance and quick answers to questions, etc.? Can you run targeted and effective marketing campaigns directly from your ATS accessing the data that you collected on current and past candidates? And are you struggling to manage and maintain multiple integrations between your ATS and HRIS system? Not to mention managing the costs associated with these integrations. Another big question to consider is your onboarding process engaging? What type of impression are you providing your new employees throughout their onboarding experience, which is really that initial experience with your organization? Does your current ATS have native SMS capabilities to quickly and easily communicate with candidates? And are you providing a mobile responsive experience for your candidates regardless of the device they choose to use? If you found yourself answering yes and no in some cases to a number of these questions, then it's probably the right time to start an evaluation. This slide here reviews some of the top reasons our customers make the transition. We've compiled a list of the top reasons and wanted to run through some examples quickly for you. So these examples or reasons include having a unified system for recruiting and onboarding on Oracle HCM Cloud, having an engaging candidate experience through the use of AI and chatbots, SMS support, and very targeted communications for each individual candidate so that they have a very unique experience throughout your hiring process. By employing multiple tools and streamlining workflows for candidates so that the experience is significantly improved, resulting in a much larger applicant pool for employers. Additionally, having the ability to apply for jobs without the requirement of a username and password can significantly speed up the application process. It seems like a small thing, but little things like that are the make or break on whether a candidate is going to take the time to go through your application process. Also, as I mentioned at the start of the session, ORC is 100% mobile responsive, translating into a consistent and easy to navigate interface for all users across all devices. And for employers, the reasons to transition are numerous and include a flexible environment, allowing for multiple career page design templates, for example. And examples of this could be having separate pages for college recruiting or nurse recruiting so that you can really tailor and create pages that speak specifically to specific verticals within your organization. A unified self-service interface across all users and actions, really simplifying the system usage for all users. Also, with ORC, you get enterprise HCM BI analytics. And what this does is it brings transparency and understanding to your organization, really providing insight into things such as recruiter productivity, bottlenecks in your hiring process, etc., so that you have a spotlight on areas that you're doing well and areas that there's opportunity for improvement. So there's no longer a guessing game or I feel like this isn't working. It really helps you to have that hard data to analyze. Additionally, there is a centralized workforce structure and employee data, which really eliminates the needs for integrations for that data, as I mentioned. And then additionally, you can easily store signed documents in the employee DOR. So that's very helpful for you as well as your employees to be able to access that information when they need to. Another part, obviously, of the recruitment process is the onboarding portion. And onboarding with HCM, Oracle Recruiting Cloud, is part of Oracle Journeys. Oracle Journeys enables employers to provide customized experiences for all of their employees. And in this case, it translates into a tailored experience for all employees throughout their entire onboarding experience. The onboarding packets can be customized by such factors as roles, location, full-time, part-time, etc. Since this is a single system, information that has already been gathered in the recruiting process can be accessed and utilized automatically for onboarding purposes. Again, ultimately saving time for the new employee as well as the employer. And as I think you can see, a common theme is that time savings that ORC does enable both employers as well as employees. Additionally, there's the capability to create checklists to ensure that not only all employee information is captured, but that your new employees receive all the information necessary to join the organization. Another great feature is that future tasks can be created, ensuring that they will be assigned and not simply lost in the shuffle as people get busy, the new employee's been there for a while. You can certainly create future tasks to make sure that additional items get taken care of in the future at the time that is required. Additionally, reminder notifications are sent to finish incomplete tasks, again, improving efficiency. Contextual training and videos can also be utilized to provide support throughout the process. Again, improving efficiency and reducing the typical questions that can arise during onboarding. So again, you can leverage technology to take care of some of those common questions that can easily be answered by leveraging the contextual training components, as well as having videos that quickly can be reviewed. And finally, I wanted to mention that surveys are available for employers to gather feedback on the process and make refinements as necessary. So moving right along, I wanted to discuss overcoming key hurdles and business cases. So now, as you can see, we've highlighted some key areas to keep in mind when considering a business case and specific areas in the system where Mastek has developed enhancements to make the system even more powerful and easy to use. As I mentioned, with Oracle Recruiting Cloud, you'll now be using an all-in-one platform, which turns into a significantly improved experience, from the elimination of custom integrations, real-time reporting capabilities, and workforce structures that are consistent and no longer out of sync between multiple systems. In terms of data migration, we utilize an advanced toolkit to easily extract data from Taleo. And through the use of macro-enabled data templates, we can confidently import accurate data in a timely manner from one system to the other. In terms of offer management, we have leveraged ORC's BI publisher technology for offer letters to reduce manual data entry and calculation errors. And additionally, there's the opportunity to extend bulk offers going along with the theme of time savings and efficiency. With autocomplete rules, the system can validate that the right data is being inputted by users. Again, another feature to improve efficiency as well as accuracy. And now moving along, I wanted to discuss our Mastek Glide program specific for Taleo customers moving to ORC. So if you are a Taleo customer and are considering a move to ORC, then our Glide program, specifically designed for you as a Taleo customer, is a great opportunity to take advantage of and get started. As I mentioned, here at Mastek, we really are in a unique position because we have deep experience with both technologies, having acquired Newberry Consulting. With that knowledge, it has enabled us to develop a program to seamlessly move clients from Taleo to ORC in an efficient manner. We developed tools specific for Taleo customers to accelerate the migration of data, as I mentioned, as well as to leverage configurations and meet implementation timelines. As you can see here, we'll start off with an assessment of your Taleo environment to really get a good feel for the current pain areas, opportunities for optimization, and then what we would do is develop an appropriate plan for a move to ORC. Because our goal is, when you're making a move to ORC, is that we're not only moving you to the new technology, but we're also making enhancements as well. So we don't want to do a lift and shift. We want to make sure that we're really taking a look at your different workflows and different configurations to make sure that they really are optimized to fit your business process today. From there, we move into the design phase. As I mentioned, we really adhere to best practices, and we enhance, but only as required. Then, the rapid implementation. Because we have this program in place, we've done so many of these implementations, we really have it down to a science. This is where we'll leverage the data migration toolkits as well as our configuration toolkit. Additionally, we do have reporting repositories as well that we can draw from to build custom reports that are tried and true as well. And then finally, at the end of the implementation process, we always do include post-live support. And this is to ensure that your organization has been stable and is well-trained and well-versed in the system. And from there, we do certainly offer more extensive managed services, and we can support based on your time zones. So what I wanted to do now was quickly walk you through some examples of Oracle Recruiting's interface, which really provides a modern UI as well as an intuitive user interface for both job seekers and employers. I think we can all agree when we look at this, it's much more dynamic than the old Taleo look and feel. So as you can see, this slide here illustrates the power of the digital assistant in Oracle Recruiting. When a candidate is browsing through a job description, the chatbot pops up and immediately engages with the candidate to answer any questions that he or she has, such as, show me my application status. Would you consider a junior candidate? Or show me all the jobs in Pleasanton, California. This technology, and I think we've all probably leveraged it at some point or another, it really speeds up the recruitment process. And it also reflects well in an organization, demonstrating that technology is a priority. Now I wanted to give you just a quick view of the candidate experience. As you can see, ORC offers an engaging candidate experience, from the digital assistants that we reviewed to enhanced search capabilities, and employers can stand out amongst their competition with visually appealing job advertisements, providing the ability to really highlight not only the job requirements, but the company and its accomplishments, giving candidates a reason to apply. And then, in terms of the hiring manager experience, as you can see here, this enables hiring managers to access all tasks for Oracle and activities from a single dashboard. Again, it's resulting in a ease of use and a simplified process in place, so they don't have to hop to multiple dashboards to get different functions of their job complete. They can do everything from their HR activities for personal needs to posting jobs, to reviewing applications, etc. So it really just speeds up the process again and gives an environment that's very easy to utilize, and also one that's consistent so that they're not having to learn multiple ways to navigate the system. And this here highlights the onboarding experience that we just reviewed. Again, with the onboarding experience, it's really critical to ensure that you're providing a top-notch experience for your new employees. You want to have an experience that's engaging and creates excitement for the first day. And this, in turn really reflects well on your organization. And, once a candidate accepts the offer, they'll receive a welcome email with a link to the new hire portal. They'll see steps to complete before the first day and within their first 30 days of employment. So, for example, before their first day, they'll get information about when and where to show up for the first day of work. They have the opportunity to view welcome videos, complete confidentiality agreements or other e-signed agreements, and also they can upload any certificates or other documentation that you require. On the first day, they can go into the system and verify personal details and make sure that they're still correct, complete benefits information, or maybe complete a survey of the onboarding process. Other tasks that can be electronically automated for the new hire as well. And really what this does is it sets the tone with a positive experience for your new employees. So there are no questions when they're starting. They really have a good idea of what to expect through the process, as well as watching videos, and have just a very welcoming experience. And then, as we all know, it's valuable because the first day isn't spent going through paperwork. You can actually go right into the position and really get into the bulk of the role rather than doing a bunch of administrative tasks. Also wanted to point out that not only does ORC have an advanced user interface and tools for both employers and candidates, but it also provides superior reporting capabilities, accompanied with easy to evaluate charts and graphs. As you can see from this example, source tracking is available, as well as the ability to track each stage of your recruitment process. And as you can see, you can do a comparison across different quarters as an example to see if you've improved or there's some bottlenecks occurring. And this is just a sliver of what is available for recruiting within the system. Another great feature that I wanted to highlight that's relatively new, I would say within the past year, is Oracle Recruiting Booster. Oracle Recruiting Booster increases the power of Oracle Recruiting by helping organizations expand a job awareness through event and promotion management. It helps to engage candidates at scale with two-way messaging via email or text within Oracle Recruiting, and it also enables you to schedule interviews faster. In fact, Recruiting Booster can automatically identify ideal times for their hiring team to meet and share those time slots with the candidate, reducing that back and forth often associated with the scheduling of interviews. Again, this really illustrates having, just a hassle-free experience. And again, this also illustrates the power of one system. Many times organizations, they're working with a different event and promotion management system, a different system for interview scheduling, etc. And by having it, again, on one system, one single unified platform, it takes away that need for the integrations for numerous disparate systems, saving time, money, and frankly, many headaches. So with that, what I wanted to do now with our remaining time is have a Q&A with Alex from Boston Beer because he went through the process of implementing Oracle Recruiting Cloud. And we thought it would make sense to speak with someone who's actually been in your shoes and has gone through the process. So again, Alex, thank you for joining us. And if you wouldn't mind just providing a quick intro and a little bit of background on your experience at Boston Beer, that would be perfect.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so I've been with Boston Beer for just over 2.5 years. I actually joined with the purpose of implementing Oracle Recruiting Cloud. When I first joined, kind of got right down to the nitty-gritty of the implementation with Mastek, probably within my first month of the company. So yeah, it was a great experience to kind of go right into something I was familiar with and knew. And yeah, it's been good, good thus far.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And I know you came over specifically for this implementation. Do you recall how long Boston Beer was on Taleo prior to moving to ORC?
Yeah, before I joined, Boston Beer had actually been with the Taleo enterprise for a while. So it was Taleo Business Edition from 2012 to 2016. Upgraded to Taleo Enterprise Edition in 2016, and then we implemented Oracle Recruiting Cloud in 2021. So yeah, a good amount of time.
Okay, awesome. And what were the reasons why Boston Beer decided to make that move? Especially because they had been on TBE, then moved to TEE. That's certainly a lot of implementation work. What were the key reasons to make the move to ORC?
Yeah, so selfishly speaking, from an HR system side, everything that we kind of want to do and set as a goal is to modernize and simplify. So with a standalone product of Taleo and an in-house solution that we have with Oracle HCM Cloud, having those integrations go back and forth between the two systems was quite a headache. It was a costly headache as well. So bringing everything into one system really reduced lots of complexities, reduced lots of costs that we were ensuring to stand up those integrations. By doing so, bringing it into one system solution, we increased our data integrity, ensuring that what we had in HCM Core was feeding in directly into Oracle Recruiting Cloud, everything from our workforce structures of departments, jobs, positions, manager hierarchy, ensuring that data was correct and nothing could break between the two systems really reduced a lot of headaches. And ultimately wanted to drive consistency with this implementation. So, with Taleo, having that separation between the two systems, you get a lot of mismatched kind of data. So having a kind of more structured process within Oracle Cloud really drove the consistency from how we hire people, how we process them, and their onboarding experience. So system sides, but ultimately from a recruiting side, we wanted to give the candidates the best possible experience. Oracle Recruiting Cloud is the first introduction that they're going to have within our company. So ensuring that they have a seamless, modern experience, an intro to who Boston Beer is, really kind of sets the foundation of, all right, what am I going to be getting into when I join this company? So ORC really fit the bill for meeting a lot of those goals.
Okay, awesome. And would you be able to describe the process that you went through with the implementation, and if there were any challenges faced? Because there always are challenges, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've done an implementation without some kind of challenge and here or there. But yeah, as far as process goes, we partnered with Evos, then Evosys, now Mastek, as our implementation partner for the full project management of the migration from Taleo to to ORC. So, as you mentioned with the Glide, we worked with Mastek from everything of our discovery assessments of Taleo and kind of what our wants and needs were with ORC. We consulted with Mastek on kind of the best design to meet our business needs, and really worked, hand in hand with them, through the whole implementation roadmap. So everything from development configuration of our new candidate selection process, what the career site was going to look like, setup and maintenance of our security profiles. A big thing that we used in Taleo was our Taleo onboarding. We needed to make sure that we had that new hire onboarding experience and leveraging the journeys that came with the Oracle Recruiting Cloud, as well as development of reporting and dashboards. We really leverage them a lot, not only just for our recruiters and our recruiter managers, but also for our hiring managers. So making sure that they have easy access to the requisitions that they may have within the system. Mastek worked diligently on testing our system. Many weeks. Ensuring that everything that could be tested was tested, as well as vendor integrations. We had anyone that I think has dealt with an applicant tracking system knows that there's a lot of other players involved. So they set up and developed all of our vendor integrations to anyone that we had set up outside of Boston Beer. And then when we got to go live, they handled our full data migration between Taleo and ORC, helping us choose that cutoff point. Now we kind of want to manage that cut over to ORC, and after go live, you go right into post-production support. So just having the project team still available, and a transition to the customer support team truly was seamless. It was great to still have the support from Mastek after we went live, and I'm still glad we have it today.
That's great
challenges,
to hear. Now challenges. Let's definitely hear challenges.
Challenges. I don't know if it's too much of an Oracle recruiting or Mastek challenge, but one thing that we did when we did choose to move from Taleo to Oracle Recruitment Cloud, we really looked at all of our vendor relationships that did touch our ATS. So we actually did choose to go with new I-9 and background check vendors. We went with a new video interview and chatbot vendor, as well as resume parsing. So not only were we, setting up new integrations with these, vendors, we were establishing our relationship with them, getting to know each other. And I think that took a lot of time, I think, to kind of, understand what our wants and asks were and kind of understood how we all work together. But Mastek really helped us facilitate a lot of those new relationships that we have with them. Another challenge I would say was offer management. Offer management works very differently from Taleo to ORC. Not to say that it's worse, but it's just different. So we kind of had to take a longer scope of reworking how our offer letters are set up. Audrey, as you mentioned, we leverage BI publisher technology within Oracle HCM Cloud. So, to go from a template where you can kind of plug and play paragraphs, but in Taleo, but now in ORC, we can leverage our job and position, department, workforce structures that are already set up. That really reduces, the need to choose each kind of scenario. So it was a lot of more work up front to set up that offer management with the offer letters with the BI technology. That really, once we've gone live, we don't really have to worry about, is the offer letter going to be generated the way that I want it to. It does it based on the structures that are all within one system. It really helps us out there. I think those were kind of two things that I wanted to call out. But really, with any system implementation, you also got to look at business processes. So, we were implementing a whole new system from Taleo to ORC, but need to look internally and kind of really fit, who's owning what, when. Do we need to change anything and kind of timing of, how things work in ORC compared to Taleo? So, it was just a challenge to kind of look internally to ourselves at Boston Beer and how we kind of implemented new processes to fit the system.
Awesome. And do you have any recommendations for things that people that are in your shoes today should consider when making a move to ORC?
Yeah, I mean, I highly recommend ORC if you're already standing up with the Oracle HCM Cloud environment, or if you're moving to Oracle. It's a best-in-class recruiting system. I can't stress enough the simplicity that comes with having an ATS system built into your HRIS system. The complexity that we have reduced by going to ORC is exponential. One thing I do want to stress, what we learned when we did implement, is that ORC is a different system than Taleo. If you try and implement Taleo into ORC, you're going to have a bad time.
Great point.
I highly recommend not trying to do a lift and shift, but really look at and take the time to, what you want to get out of this, because it is a much more modern, more fluid system, and take the time to really get the best out of it.
And what has the feedback from the recruiters and the various users been?
Yeah, feedback's been pretty good. I would say, at least from a candidate perspective, it's just such a better experience. You mentioned it on one of the slides earlier. There's no more passwords with ORC, and I think from our recruiters and our recruiting coordinators, we were constantly reaching out to candidates, having communications with candidates just to get them in the Taleo system.
Yep.
ORC leverages a code system that, hey, once you register your email, anytime you try and log in, you get a code sent to your email or your text message for you to be able to log in with that code. So you never have a I forgot my password scenario again, which took so much weight off of a recruiter's backs to kind of have to deal with that kind of management with our applicants. But it was seamless application experience for all of our candidates. It's just a much more fluid, modern template that's just easy to load in your education, work history, answer any questions that we have for you. Really, the time to actually complete the application reduced a lot from Taleo to ORC. So candidate drop-off rates did decrease when we went to ORC. Being able to track that with our metrics was very great.
And I know you touched upon it, but would you mind just letting the audience know how you're currently working with Mastek to support the system?
Yeah. So like I said, post go live, we've kept our relationship with Mastek, and it's been great. So we leverage Mastek and their support system for any kind of ticketing system that you would kind of be familiar with. So if we needed help kind of configuring or developing anything within Oracle Recruiting Cloud, just kind of reaching out to them for any best practices of, hey, we have the business need, and just being able to collaborate them and kind of work towards a solution has been a really great experience. Mastek support has been with us, for all of our Oracle releases. So giving us kind of a heads up on what's going to be coming up in 23D, 24A. Already having that relationship established with us, so they already know that, hey, what's coming in 24A can really impact and solve a problem or an area that I know you guys are looking to enhance. And just having that relationship that's been established with them throughout the releases has been absolutely wonderful.
And I think I like the word that you used, enhance, because that's actually the reason why we chose cloud enhancement services, because the goal with our managed services is not just to provide day-to-day support, but really help organizations to enhance their systems by taking a look at what's coming down the road, helping to assess what's going to make sense in terms of updates, etc., and also to stay on point so that we're well aware if there's business changes or changes that need to occur within your workflow because things have changed organizationally. So we're constantly, through our cloud enhancement services, seeking to provide value so that you're receiving continued value of the software that you've purchased.
Absolutely.
And then I would just ask, do you have any final thoughts that you wanted to share with the group?
Um, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be on here if I wouldn't recommend Oracle Recruiting Cloud. I would say the transition from Taleo to ORC has been like, our candidates have a better experience, our recruiters have a better experience, our our internal processing teams work much more efficiently. We've been able to have just a better controlled environment with it all being within one system. I think with every release that comes with Oracle Recruiting Cloud, there's just something more exciting that we already have kind of caked in that we can better enhance the systems that we've already built. A lot of what we've been working on recently is our AI capabilities with ORC. In every release, there's better enhancements there, which is it's exciting to see. But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you're considering it, I hope this has been helpful.
Thank you so much, Alex. Really appreciate you taking the time talking about your experience, because I think it's always best to hear from someone who's gone through the process and truly understands, where our prospects are, and what they're thinking. So thank
Of
you very
course,
much.
glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And just wanted to point out, if you're ready to get started, we do have packages starting at just $70,000 to get up and running. Certainly, we would love to talk to anyone who may have an interest to answer any specific questions that you have regarding ORC, or if it makes sense to make a move and to start doing some assessments to really make sure that, we're going down the correct path for your organization, because every company is different. So with that, I did want to thank everyone for taking the time to join us this afternoon, this morning, depending upon where you're located. Before I let you go, just wanted to see if there were any questions. So I'll just take a quick look in the Q&A, but certainly questions arise after the event. We're always here to answer any questions that you may have, provide demos, etc. I wanted to thank you for your time, and we are always here to answer any questions that you may have. And again, thank you, Alex, so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you.
Have a nice afternoon, everyone. Thank you.